welcome back to my channel. My name is Tithe and this is Oyinbo TV. Welcome to Westminster. If you look right behind me, we are in the heart of London. There's a big bend there, and there's the Houses of Parliament here, and there's St. Thomas's Hospital right here, which is my hospital, my local hospital where I had my baby. So I'm right in the heart of London right here. And today I just quickly want to touch on a subject about something that is trending in Nigeria at the moment. When I started Obodo TV, I said I wasn't going to talk about religion or politics. I deliberately made up my mind not to talk about religion or politics because I find that those two topics are things that are really emotive, and people sometimes are not quite logical about it. They become very emotional. They won't listen to the argument. They just jump straight, to conclusions, which is, something I wasn't willing to deal with. So I said I wasn't going to talk about anything that's religion or political regarding Africa or in the UK or wherever. However, this topic is something that's been trending now and is going on in the social media. And I as a person, I'm someone that has some pretty strong opinions about things I believe in, and I just wanted to talk lightly about it. It's the issue of tithing in Nigerian churches, Pentecostal churches to be precise. So this guy that the Freeze has been talking about a lot about how tithing is not compulsory. The Bible said it didn't say we should tithe, and if you don't tithe, you're not under a curse and all whatnot. So my take on that is about the thing about religion. It's a very personal matter. That's the way I see it, because faith is something that should be personal to you. So it's your choice what you decide to do. If you want to tithe, it's your choice. If you don't want to tithe, it's your choice. But the thing about what I find about people is that we tend to sometimes people are not allowed to really express their own freedom of speech or their own personal opinions. People should be allowed to express their freedom of speech, whatever opinions that they hold. It is personal because it's about your views. And I don't think anyone should be attacked based on their personal beliefs. So my take on it, like I said, is that faith is something that is quite personal to individuals. So some people, like here in the UK where we are, you find a lot of people that don't even believe in the existence of God. They are atheists, and they're very proud of it. They are not ashamed of it, and they are not attacked because of their not believing or believing. So it's something that is personal. So I believe people should be entitled to whether they want to believe or not, because that's one of the fundamental human rights. So personally for me, the issue of tithing is personal. I tithe not because someone has told me to do so, or someone has, shoved it down my throat. It's a personal decision because I believe in it. It is something that is encouraged as a Christian that you should tithe. So I believe in it, so I tithe. But however, people who don't believe in it should be allowed to express their opinion. But the problem I have with the whole discussion about tithe or not tithing is that I strongly believe that the churches in Nigeria must do more for their community. Whether you believe in the principle of tithe or not tithing, you must agree with me that there's so much that Christians or churches, organized religion can do to affect the lives of people around them, their members or the local community where they belong. We all agree that there's a lot of poverty in Africa. There's a lot of lack. There are people who have needs. There are sick people. There are people who cannot feed, who cannot send their children to school. There are homeless people. There are jobless people. The need in the society is enormous. So in a place like that, where you have pockets of churches, where you have pastors who live this very bigger than life lifestyle, they have private jets, they have security, they have mobile police guiding them, taking them around. They have these cars that are bulletproof, limousine, and all sorts of exotic cars, like Hollywood celebrities. Then people will question, what are they doing for their community? Are they doing enough? Even if they are doing something, are they doing enough? Most of these leaders need to, look inwards. They should reflect on the teachings. It's not about telling people all the time what they need to do or what the Bible says they should do. They need to reflect and see what impact they're actually making in their own community. Because if you have a church where the pastor has a private jet and yet there is a single member of that assembly who cannot feed or who cannot afford to pay the children's fee, then there's something wrong in it. There's something wrong in it. So even if you believe in tithing or you don't believe in tithing, you must agree with me that there's something wrong in it. So my own perception of the whole discourse is that churches in Nigeria, organized religion in Nigeria, need to reflect on how they can impact on the lives of their members. They need to do more. You see, religion is dying in Europe. Christianity is dying in Europe. And this is the origin of Christianity. Yet, Christianity is dying. Why? Because people are very logical here. They will ask you practical questions. You claim to be a Christian. They want to see it in practice. What have you done? You see, the thing about white people is that they may not have that strong faith or that, that's overzealousness that we have in our Christian life or in following God. But most of them will do good. They will volunteer to go to Africa, to go and doctors will volunteer to go and treat people in the most dangerous regions where it is not safe. People will volunteer their time to do free work without being paid in Africa. People will, a large chunk of their income, they will be given to charity. They are very, very generous. So my question is, how can people who don't believe in God, be more generous or be more touched by the need in society than Africans who claim to be so religious and close to God that we are practically knocking on the door of God? I don't think the equilibrium is balanced in that way. Because if people who don't even know God are doing good, then we that claim to know God, what are we doing for our community? Why is there so much poverty in our land? Why is there so much need? Why can't people feed? Why are people still dying because they cannot afford to pay their hospital bills? Why? There are so many questions that begs answers. And I think that as a Christian myself, people need to look inward to see, these religious organizations, Christian, Islam, whatever religious faith that you belong to, they need to look inward to see how they can affect more people. Take for instance, if a church has a private university and the fees are so high that some of the members cannot pay, what is wrong with having 10, 20 members of, the poorest in the church, to bring their children to go to such universities, and the church will fund it? That's the kind of practical support that I'm talking about. I don't know if they're already doing it. I doubt it very seriously. But those are the kind of things that people need to do. And then you won't find people who are believers or unbelievers challenging what their faith is for. Even the Bible says it, our faith without works is dead. So that's my take on it. Whether you believe in tithe or no tithing, churches and religious institutions and organizations in Nigeria need to do more. Not in Nigeria alone, in Africa generally, because I see a lot of pastors, Ghanaian pastors, and all sorts of miracle working pastors who live this very larger than life lifestyle, and you don't really see what's happening. How they are actually affecting people's life. For me personally, if you live a life where you are so successful, you are so rich, you have everything in life, but you have never actively, impacted people in a practical day-to-day life, in a practical way, day-to-day life, then sorry, I don't have any respect for all your money or all the things that you gather, because life should be about service. Those who have should think more about helping those who don't have, because it is not equal. Life is not always equal. People will always be in need. And those who have, where you begin to neglect those who don't have at all, then the imbalance, the inequalities in society breeds a lot of, that's why you see there's a lot of crime, there will be a lot of theft, there's kidnapping, there's all sorts of social ills in society because of injustice, because of the social inequality. That's why we must do more for our community. So I hope you've enjoyed the beautiful view today of Westminster Abbey, House of Parliament, and you have Big Ben here, and then you have London Eye over there. It's a very beautiful autumn day, and we'll just catch it on the sun before it disappears completely. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I'll catch you again shortly. Bye bye.